for appearance of some governors. Madam Speaker, I take this opportunity to thank you, the Speaker, the Secretariat, my fellow Senator, for making it possible for the committee to execute its mandate. Yours, Senator Karungo Wathangwa, Chairman, Roads, Transportation and Housing. Thank you.
The Chairperson, Select Committee on County Public Accounts Committee. Senator Cherargei.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is statement relating to the activities of the Senate County Public Accounts Committee, pursuant to Standing Order 56(1)B. Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, sorry, I don't, Madam Speaker, during our deliberation, we noticed that there is a challenges of filling in the internal audit committees in counties, where they play a crucial role in effective of governance and risk management, such as internal control, risk management. Madam Speaker, this, however, the challenge of attracting qualified individuals to serve in internal audit committees persist, mainly due to the often lower salaries offered as prescribed by SRC. To address this issue, SRC may need to reconsider their compensation with structures and offer competitive remuneration to ensure our internal committees, Madam Speaker, are able to function. Madam Speaker, during the interrogation of the various county entities during this period, the committee noted that most entities failed to disclose their contingent liabilities in the financial statements. County governments do not need to recognize a contingent liability, but it should disclose details of any contingencies, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the committee also observed that most of the county entities have incurred huge legal fees, and they include the county executive of Uasin Gishu, Machakos, Nairobi City County, and the Machakos County Assembly, running into billions contracted lawyers and their firms as legal fees. The committee has observed that some of the county entities are deliberately not utilizing the office of the county attorney, which was instrumental in passing in the last session, and that is why they like outsourcing legal services. Additionally, the committee observed that counties have failed to explore alternative dispute resolution to try and resolve and to save billions. Madam Speaker, the committee continues, and it is a concern in the high interest in the unhealthy size and growth of wage bills in many of the counties. In the last quarter of the committee wrote to 7 counties to explain the measures they have taken to reduce the wage bill to recommended at 5%. Threshold and plans to write and invite more county executives during the 3rd session to deliberate on the issue in a bid to ensure fiscal prudence. Madam Speaker, the issue of wage bill in counties, almost all of them are violated. Madam Speaker, the committee undertook a county visit through Senate Mashinani, for example, in Turkana, and it is notable, to county headquarters, governors, official residents, Lord of Fire Station, speakers, residents, and the new Turkana County Assembly Chamber. Madam Speaker, the committee observed the county head governors and other residents that we visited had either stalled or taken too long to complete. Full payments on projects and contractors were not on site. The committee directed the EACC to take interest on the projects, especially in Turkana County. Further, the controller budget to also question and scrutinize requisition relating to the highlighted projects in Turkana County. Madam Speaker, adopted a report of the finance and budget on the county government's infrastructure projects, comprising county executive headquarters offices, assembly chambers and offices, and county state offices, residents that cap the costs of constructing the governor's residences at 45 million and speaker's residence at a cost of 35 million. However, the committee observed that most of the counties already awarded contracts that had gone beyond this sum. We have therefore directed the controller of budget to stop release of funds meant for reconstruction, because the governor's residence should cost a maximum of 45 million and speaker's residence at 35 million. Madam Speaker, there's 9 points. The committee observed there was rampant voiding of payments by county governments. The approved cash plans by controller of budget are not adhered to, contrary to Section 22 of the COB Act 2016. The committee recommends the COB to institute mechanisms to enforce compliance of approved cash plans by counties. Further, the committee recommends that the Senate Delegated Legislation Committee fast-tracks the consideration and adoption of Controller of Budget regulations for better carrying out and giving effect to any provision of the Act. Madam Speaker, the committee has met and interrogated many county assemblies. However, most of the county assemblies are still grappling with poor asset management. Majority of county assemblies do not possess titles to the land on which assemblies sit. The committee has since been informed that it has been established by Intergovernmental Budget and Economic Council, IBEC, to validate assets and liabilities inherited from defunct and local authorities, and expected to report back between January and March 2024. And when the report is ready, we shall bring it. Madam Speaker, point number 11, the Senate, through the county allocation revenue, has over years increased budgetary ceilings to county assemblies, way above the recommended 7% threshold under the PMF Act 2012. In some cases, assemblies have received as much as 16% of the county revenue, for example, Kirinyaga, while on the other hand, assemblies still receive less than 7%, for example, Mombasa. Madam Speaker, the committee also fast-tracking of legislative and administrative measures, county assembly financial autonomy, and I know that amendment has been read the first reading, so that we can give most of the county assemblies financial autonomy in their work. Madam Speaker, point number 12, and it's of concern of the country, is pending bills continue to be a big problems. Madam Speaker, first quarter of the third session, the committee shall convene a meeting with Auditor of General Office, Controller of Budget, Council of Governors, National Treasury, and EACC to define actionable measures to ensure integrity and completeness of accounts payable across the counties, which continue, and pending bills continue to affect most of the counties. Madam Speaker, point number 13, during the interrogation of OAG reports, we noticed non-remittance of pension deductions to the relevant pension schemes. And therefore, the total outstanding pension liabilities accrued as submitted by the COB indicates a total of whooping 85 billion as at 31st March that has not been remitted to the relevant pension schemes. Point number 14, Madam Speaker, on human resource issues affecting 47 counties, the committee observed that the Secretary to the County Public Service Board by qualification must be a certified secretary and not certified human resource practitioner. The committee observed there is a lacuna in law. The committee noted where there is strict requirements in management of financial resources in the counties, there is a leisurely approach in managing human resource. It was observed that the qualification requirement for those responsible for managing human resources were not strangely spelled out compared to those managing financial resources, and therefore, Madam Speaker, we shall bring an amendment to that. Finally, in conclusion, I wish to thank the members of the committee, the members of the committee and the dedicated secretariat and your office, Madam Speaker, for the support and dedicated who usually sit for long hours. Madam Speaker, this is one of the committees you can sit the whole day, running with numbers, grappling with numbers, and therefore we are working hard to reduce the backlog of audit reports. The committee will use various strategies, including subcommittees in county assemblies, merger of financial years, to shift to a more proactive mandate and to ensure the Senate in concurrent its intervention. And I want to call upon members of this House to be always, when the reports of various counties are brought for adoption, to look at it and debate and give suggestions to how we can improve the work of County Public Accounts Committee. Madam Speaker, with those very many remarks, allow me to table the report of this committee. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Do we have any representative for the Chairperson, Select Committee on Public Investments and Special Funds Committee? That statement is deferred. Any person for the Chairperson, Select Committee on Delegated Legislation? That statement is deferred. We now move on to two statements by the Senator for Lamu, Senator Kamau. Senator Sige.
Thank you, Speaker. Just wanted to clarify, Speaker, if we will be able to have a chance to comment on the statements read, the reports made by the chairs of the different committees.
Because of time, it may not be possible. So I don't think we will have that time.
Chair, thank you. Speaker, thank you for that. Though there is a real burning issue that I have on the report by JLAC committee, and I wish to table it, Chair, as this is the last session for the year.
I have already ruled, Senator Hasige. Thank you.
No, but we've not been given time to speak on the reports. We've been waiting.
Senator Lamu, please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads, Transport and Housing concerning maintenance of the Lamu-Gariseni Road. In the statement, the committee should identify the contractor responsible for the maintenance of Lamu-Gariseni Highway and outline the specific tasks encompassed within the scope of work for the works assigned to the contractor. Number 2, clarify if the contractor is obligated by the terms of the contract to perform bush clearing along both sides of the road, and if so, to what extent. And number 3, assess whether the Ministry of Roads and Transport has established mechanisms to guarantee and to maintain activities aligned within the stipulated standards. Madam Speaker, while on my feet, I have another statement. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Land, Environment and National Resources regarding the resettlement of residents occupying land intended for the establishment of a power generation plant in Lamu County. In the statement, the committee should, 1, indicate whether the government has issued the title deed for the 3,400 acres of land in Bahar Ward, Mpeketoni to Kenwind Kenya Limited for the establishment of power generation plant in Lamu County. Number 2, explain the fate of the residents occupying the land, considering that the county had subdivided it and intended to issue title deeds to approximately 2,000 families who have resided there for an extended period of time. Number 3, clarify whether the resettlement plan was executed in accordance with the law, outlining steps taken to guarantee the affected individuals proper resettlement and compensation. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Chairperson, Select Committee on Public Investments and Special Funds, quickly make your statement in about 3 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I wish to make a statement on the activities of the CPIC Committee, pursuant to Standing Order number 56-1B, and I will be very quick, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, during this period, 1st July 2023 to 8th December 2023, we have held a record of 66 meetings, either within the presence of Parliament or outside. And in these meetings, we handled 3 categories